way to Columbus, and we are going to see a non-horror movie, because guess what, folks? We don't like horror anymore. April Fools, So, we're going to go up and see April Fools, and the star of April Fools is going to be there signing, so we're on our way up there. What's your April Fool's joke today, honey?
I'm pregnant.
He's pregnant. Bye.
See, Mike told them earlier that you were sick and you canceled. And they sniffed that out early. They knew what day it was.
Can you hear me? Oh, good. Okay. Mark Halton shared that with me in an email on Instagram. He said, I heard, you're going to be going to a movie theater. Why didn't you do this joke? And so I told Mike the joke, and so he played it on you guys. But that was from Mark Halton, okay? And I'll let him know he did that.
Well, it's perfect. Just out of curiosity, how many people, is there anyone here who had not seen this movie?
Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And did you love it?
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have spoiled it in my intro then.
Spoiler alert. That actually was one of the things I was thinking about, because obviously it was a much different time then. Did you guys have any conversations about keeping that twist to yourselves, or how are you going to deal with that? Did you have any worries about that getting out early?
No. Not like an NDA that we had to sign. No. There was no conversation about that.
Well, because now that would be,
Probably a different time.
totally different.
Different period of time.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah. A simpler time.
It was, though, it's an incredibly clever film. I mean, it's so well constructed. It's such a great reflection of the tropes of horror, generally speaking, but especially the horror that was incredibly popular in the 80s, that I think that when it first came out, people didn't appreciate it for what they felt made fun of. But in retrospect, like years later, I think people, it's gained, I think, a cult popularity where people really embrace how incredibly smart the movie is, how fun and clever, and how much I think it understands horror and appreciates horror. Do you feel that? Do you feel like, or did you think of that at the time? Did you feel like this is a movie that really understands horror, this is a fun movie, or this was just a gig for you?
No, not just a gig for me at all. Fred Walton took me aside when we were in rehearsals, and he said, you have to make these two characters completely different, and if you don't, the movie's not going to do well. And so,
No pressure.
So I thought, well, I loved the challenge, I was up for it, and I did. I made them completely different. And I think it kind of helped for me. It's clothes for me. If I put on a certain kind of clothes for me, I can, maybe create a character out of that. And so when I wore her, was it Buffy? When I wore Buffy's wardrobe, which was so stylish. I just sort of embraced it. I did. I loved doing that film a lot.
Well, we were talking earlier, and we kind of stopped because you started to get into a good story that we wanted to hold here about how you came to be cast, and really how everybody came to be cast. It sounded like it was a different casting process.
For each person, because I heard everyone's stories too. Oh, we went through all these auditions, and it was 6 weeks. Well, mine wasn't that. I had met with the director and the casting lady just for a meet and greet, not even an audition, just to say hello. And I was dressed in 1940s garb for an audition that I was going to be attending after. Back in the 80s, you just changed in the gasoline station, basically, because I lived in Orange County. This was like an hour away from Los Angeles, so I couldn't, go home and change. So I came to the meeting in my outfit for the audition, and he told my agent that he had a photograph of his grandma, and I looked like the photograph. Because of my hair, I went full to, for the 1940s thing, my hair and wardrobe. And he didn't want to read me. He just felt I was not a right fit. And so I just kept it in the back of my mind. I want that. I really want to do that. I didn't pressure the agent. I said, well, what's going on there? And that they still haven't, cast it. And he did get me back in 6 weeks later after I met him. And I auditioned, this time preppy, complete prepster, everything. The sweater over, around my neck. And I went in, and before I went home, it was left on my voicemail that I had gotten the part.
Wow. Did you get the 1940s part?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I did not get the baseball movie, no.
You might be asking yourself, what the hell did I just watch? Well, what you just watched was our trip up to Columbus, Ohio on April Fool's Day to watch 1986's April Fool's Day on the big screen. Not on a little screen, not on a TV screen, not on a wall-mounted screen, on the big movie theater screen. There was also in attendance the star, Muffy/Buffy, Deborah Foreman there, who did a Q&A after the film, and autograph signing and picture taking after the show in the lobby. So it was a very good time. It's something that happens once a month, really. This group called Terror from the 80s has 2 locations that they go to in Columbus. There's the Grandview Theater, and then there is Studio 35. We were there last month for Sleepaway Camp at the Grandview Theater. This time around, we're at Studio 35. Both of them are really nice joints. They're very cool. They're like a bar with a movie theater. And it's a good-sized movie theater. It's just like you're back in the 80s, except the chairs are more comfortable. That's what you had. We had a great time. I wasn't going to show a whole hell of a lot, but I did want to get a little bit of her introduction with her Q&A with the moderators to show you that. Next month, we're not going to be at the one next month because we have a convention out of town to go to, but next month they're going to be showing Friday the 13th, Part 7 with Lar Park Lincoln in attendance. So that'd be a good show to check out. Look them up on Facebook. I'll put a link down below. Hope you like this video. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Hope you like what we're doing, because we're really just doing this just to make you smile. Stay spooky.
I like it spooky.
I want to thank you. Anything you want, you just name it.